Hello everyone, I'm MONIKA RANA. This is Himachal 365 and you're watching Hillquest News channel. Let's start with the headlines. Vigil up at Himachal Pradesh entry points after violence by tourists. Chief Secretary briefs Governor on readiness for third wave. Moderate intensity quake hits Himachal Pradesh Kinnaur district. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister announces SDM offices at Jubbal Kodkhai. Government can't regulate prices of building materials, said Industry Minister of Himachal Pradesh. Youth washed away in Nulla in Manali, body found. India reports 38,079 new COVID cases, 560 more deaths. Navjot Singh Sidhu at Sukhchinder Randhawa's house after visiting Jakhar. Harish Rawat meets Captain Amrinder Singh. Sharad Pawar meets Prime Minister Modi in Delhi. US hands over first two of 24 MH-60R maritime helicopters to Indian Navy. Admission to first-year courses in universities, colleges to be completed by September 30, according to UGC guidelines. Now news in detail. Vigil up at Himachal Pradesh entry points after violence by tourists. To avoid incidents of tourists clashing with locals, the police initiated extensive checking of tourist vehicles in bordering Parvanu and Paonta Sahib subdivision of Solan and Sirmaur district. The action follows direction by DGP Sanjay Kundu to check the entry of anti-social elements to the state after the unsavory incidents in Mandi and Kullu district where locals were attacked with weapons. While tourists are brandishing swords to intimidate locals at Manali, the finger of a Mandi resident was chopped off and another local was injured following the altercation with tourists in the district earlier this month. These two incidents have evoked sharp criticism from people. Chief Secretary briefs Governor on readiness for third wave. Chief Secretary Anil Khachi met Governor Rajendra Vishwanath Arlekar and apprised him about various public welfare schemes and programs of the state government. He also briefed the governor about the present COVID-19 situation and the preparation done to tackle the expected third wave. The governor took stock of the preparedness for the possible third wave of COVID-19. He said that the second wave of COVID was almost over, but people still need to be alert. He added that the government should focus more on the development of infrastructure related to health, availability of health workers, and people should strictly follow the guidelines issued from time to time. Tourism activities had increased rapidly in the state, so there was a need to be more vigilant. Moderate intensity quake hits Himachal Pradesh Kinnaur district. A moderate intensity earthquake of magnitude 3.1 shook Himachal Pradesh tribal district Kinnaur on Friday night, the meteorological department said. There was no report of any casualty or damage to property. The quake's epicenter was at a depth of 10 km in Kinnaur district, the department said, adding that tremors were felt in and around the district at 11:32 p.m. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister announces SDM offices at Jubbal Kodkhai. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur announced the opening of 2 SDM offices at Jubbal and Kodkhai, besides enhancement in the procurement price of apple under the Market Intervention Scheme MISY rupee 1 per kilogram, while addressing the elected representative of the Panchayati Raj institution during the district level Swaran Janti Gram Swaraj Sammelan at Kharapathar. Jairam Thakur also announced the opening of a block development office at Kodkhai, fire substation at Tikkar in Jubbal Kodkhai area, Sub-Tehsil at Kalbog, and shifting of the office of Sub-Tehsil Swara, that is Saraswati Nagar, and Swara police station to the new building of the Himachal Pradesh Power Corporation. He said that rupees 20 lakh each would be provided to 9 newly created panchayats in the Roru and Jubbal Kodkhai Vidhan Sabha areas for construction of panchayat bhavans. Government can't regulate prices of building materials, said Industry Minister of Himachal Pradesh. The government has no powers to regulate the prices of building materials such as sand, stones and grit being produced in the state. There is no law in the state for the fixation of the prices of building material being produced by stone crushers, said Industry Minister Bikram Singh Thakur. He admitted that the prices of building material had touched a new high in the state in the past few months. However, he said he could not do anything to control the prices. He was non-committal when asked if the government would fix the timings of the functioning of the stone crushers. At present, most of the stone crushers at Jasinghpur are functioning around the clock, making the lives of villagers miserable. The minister said the government was making efforts to check illegal mining at Jasinghpur, but it was not possible for officials of the mining department to shift their entire focus to Jasinghpur towards the activities of the mining mafia. Youth washed away in Nula in Manali, body found. The body of the youth who was washed away in the Badagram Nula in Manali subdivision on Thursday was recovered. According to information, Aryan, 20-year-old, a resident of Pangan village, along with his friend, had gone to the Nula to have a bath. As soon as he stepped into the Nula, he was washed away by the flow of the water. Aryan's friend informed his family members about the incident, who reached the spot and started searching for him. The police and local people also searched for Aryan, but all was in vain. The body was recovered from the Nula yesterday. India reports 38,079 new COVID cases, 560 more deaths. India recorded 38,079 new coronavirus cases, which took the infection tally to 3,10,64,908, while the death toll reached to 4,13,091 with 560 more fatalities, according to the Union Health Ministry data updated on Saturday. The active cases have declined to 4,24,025 and comprise of 1.36% of the total infections, while the national COVID recovery rate stands at 97.31%, the data showed. It said that active COVID cases have decreased by 6,397 in a span of 24 hours. Navjot Singh Sidhu at Sukhjinder Randhawa's house after visiting Jakhar. Harish Rawat meets Captain Amrinder Singh. Amid speculation over MLA Navjot Singh Sidhu being appointed the next PPCC president, the former cabinet minister arrived at the residence of Punjab Unit Chief Sunil Jakhar, even as the AICC State Affairs in charge Harish Rawat arrived in Chandigarh for a meeting with the Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh. After meeting Jakhar, Sidhu is now holding a meeting with the Minister Sukhjinder Randhawa. Sidhu is also said to have attended a meeting with the dissident ministers including Randhawa and others in Sector 39 Chandigarh last Thursday. On Sidhu's visit, Jakhar said it was a courtesy call. Sharad Pawar meets Prime Minister Modi in Delhi. Nationalist Congress Party NCP chief Sharad Pawar met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the national capital on Saturday. The Rajya Sabha lawmaker called on Prime Minister Modi a day after he met Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Congress leader AK Antony for an informal interaction on the border situation with China and Pakistan, and also the current scenario in Afghanistan. The meeting lasted 50 minutes, sources said. Mr. Pawar had also commented on the formation of a new Ministry of Corporation a day before the mega reshuffle of Prime Minister Modi's cabinet. He said that laws on the corporation sector have been framed in the Maharashtra Assembly and said that the centre has no right to interfere with the legislation drafted by the state. US hand over first two of 24 MH-60R maritime helicopters to Indian Navy. The Indian Navy has received two MH-60R multi-role helicopters from the US in a boost to its combat capabilities. Officials said the Navy received the choppers from the US Navy in a ceremony held at a naval air station in San Diego on Friday. The ceremony marked the formal transfer of these helicopters from US Navy to Indian Navy, which were accepted by Taranjit Singh Sidhu, Indian ambassador of the US. A spokesperson of the Indian Navy said, MS-60R helicopters manufactured by Lockheed Martin Corporation is an all-weather helicopter designed to support multiple missions with state-of-the-art avionics and sensors. India is procuring 24 of these helicopters from the US government under the framework of foreign military sales. The helicopters would also be modified with several India-unique equipment and weapons. Admission to first-year courses in universities, colleges to be completed by September 30, according to UGC guidelines. Admission to first-year courses in universities, colleges to be completed by September 30. New academic session to begin in universities, colleges from October 1, according to UGC guidelines. So this is all for this time. Stay connected and keep watching Hillcrest News channel. Thank you.